What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Divorced Sistas. This is Season 1, Episode 2. The episode is titled, Old Flames and New Scars. Let's go ahead and get right into it, y'all. So, Rashida is still in this counseling session with this woman who just told her that she is creeping and sleeping with her man. Now, we learned that this young lady's name is Isabella, and of course she ends up apologizing to Rashida. And she's like, I just don't know what to do. So Rashida got some questions. She's like, well, how long has this been happening? When did it start? Now, according to the girl, she said that it started January 7th. She asked the pastor for prayer, but he ended up taking her to his office, forced her to give him oral, and he kept kissing her when she told him to stop. And I'm just like, oh, wait, so like he basically raped you, girl. And then, you know what I mean? This has continued. So Rashida's like, well, you know what, girl? Come follow me real quick. I said, wait a second. Rashida, what you got up your sleeve? Like, what's going on, girl? So they go to the pastor's office. And Rashida, she tells Isabella, like, oh, well, can you tell me where everything went down? And Isabella's like, right there on his desk. And Rashida still got questions. She's like, well, where was the staff at? She's like, oh, one of them was standing right outside the door, basically standing guard. And Rashida goes to take a look at his calendar. And she tells Miss Isabella, well, according to this date right here, it actually says that he was with his family on this night. So how was he with his family when he was with you? Now, Isabella is like confused because she's like, no, I know that this stuff happened. Here's my thing. Rashida, shouldn't you know if your husband was with y'all or not? Like the way she looked at that calendar, it was like, yeah, it's on the calendar that he was with his family. And I'm like, well, Rashida, do you know if he was actually with y'all or not? What's going on here? So y'all, Rashida, she then tells this girl that she is only here to give her counseling and scripture. That is all. And then she goes into a scripture and calls this girl wicked. I'm like, whoa. So she feels like Isabella is lying. And according to Rashida, the Holy Spirit told her a long time ago to keep her eye out on Isabella. And Isabella, I'm not Isabella, I think her name is Isabel. Maybe it's Isabella. Anyway, Miss Mamas, she's telling her like, I'm going to sue y'all. And she's like, well, if this is some type of crime, shouldn't you be going to the police station with this said crime that he committed against you? And now Isabella is saying, oh, I'm going to go to file a police report. I'm just like, now what the hell going on here with this scene? Rashida, she then tells her, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and show you this. She pulls up a laptop. It says that, these are all the cameras that are in our offices because we have to watch people like you. And I'm just like, well, wait a second. Because even though she showed her the cameras, I'm like, girl, does your husband have it set up that it don't show everything that's going on and she could be on a loop? I don't know. Because I just don't trust that husband of hers. I don't trust Jeff as far as you can throw his ass. Especially with the way he be talking to her crazy. But Rashida is all about saving face. She's all about looking perfect to the public because they are the head of the church. Y'all, why Rashida gonna tell that girl, you may want to pray for your life at this point, and I wish you well on your struggle. Oh my God. That was a good line. But I'm just kind of looking at Rashida like, damn, like what if this girl was telling the truth? But no, she feels like these girls kind of come a dime a dozen. So old girl leaves, Bridget comes in, and she want to know like what's going on. Why is this girl here? And we learned that this is not the first woman to say that pastor is out here sleeping around. And I'm like, Rashida, I feel like that man is doing some stuff up under your nose. And I get it, he's supposed to be a man of God. But you so busy trying to look perfect. And yeah, that shit is going to hit her so hard. And I kind of am interested in seeing how she handled it. Moving on from there, We see Geneva, she's in her office, and her assistant comes in and is like, well, there is a guy by the name of Javon. He's here. He's waiting on you. And baby, Javon comes strolling on in, and we learn that, number one, he just moved back to the city. He's now divorced, and he's been going for 6 years. Keep in mind, going for 6 years. So basically, these two used to mess around, okay? However, she called it quits because things was getting a little too deep, and she wanted to go back to her husband. She wanted to stick it out with William. Now, she says that her and William, they're great now. I said, are you? Because, girl, all that private investigator shit that you just did at your daughter's school, I don't think y'all that good, sweetheart. But I get it. You got to put on a face. So, at this point, she trying to get him the hell up out of her office. You can already tell her world is about to be shaken the fuck up, and I'm here for it. Because Geneva thinks that, William's over there doing some shit, but it seems like Javon is about to bring in a whole nother side of problems. Moving on from there, y'all, we see Tiffany and Rashida have a conversation, and basically, Tiff is just telling Rashida about the fact that she's about to go check on Naomi. And here's my thing. These girls, they are trying to get tea on each other, and nobody's spilling it. Moving on. Y'all, we get to Tiff, and she pays Naomi a visit. And honestly, y'all, in this scene, it let me know, Tyler, I need for you to be so for real about some of these friend groups. Like, and here's my thing. Follow me, y'all. I get it. A lot of times you do have like a wild card in the friend group, or like somebody who has like a bigger personality, or like they're funny or something like that. But I gotta be so fucking serious. I cannot see Tiffany and Naomi being friends in real life. I can't see that shit at all, especially with the way this conversation just happened. Nonetheless, let's get into it. So Naomi wants the tea on everybody. According to Tiff, it seems like Naomi may have a little drinking problem since this divorce started. We also learned that Naomi, she got $37 million in her divorce. And she tells Tiff, that ain't no money. Like, to you, that may be a lot of money. And I'm just like, whoa, like, what is that? And then she goes on to be like, because, you make, what, $300,000 a year? As if that was chump change. I'm like, well, girl, it sounds like all you are is a housewife. So at least Tiff is actually working for her money. What the fuck? And Tiff is like, no, actually, I make $500,000 a year. And also on top of that, I have to, pay my ex-husband alimony. Well, you don't even have to do any of that. You receive money. I'm over here paying money out every month. So Naomi, she feels like her ex is coming for her. Like, he's always dissing her, throwing little slight jabs, and he is basically reliving every moment that he's had with Naomi, but with the new wife. He's taking a new wife on trips. He's taking her around the old friends. He's doing all these things, right? It's just like, Naomi, put the phone down, please. Stop focusing so much on what he got going on and focus on you, sis. But no, she refuses to do that. So Tiff is like, okay, yes, maybe he is baiting you, but your ass keep falling for it. So Tiff is trying to tell her to stop with the bullshit. Because at this point, she's suing this man for dumb shit. Like, she literally is suing him for a parking spot at the country club. She's like, well, he's just going to give that spot to her. Girl, find something else. Like, Naomi, find you something else to do. Girl, get you a hobby, okay? Now, out of nowhere, Naomi asks Tiffany, when's the last time you let a man fuck you? And I'm like, whoa, what? How did we get here? So, basically, we learn that Tiff cheated on her ex-husband, and now she's afraid to love again. Like, I understand we were trying to get to that, but the way Naomi posed that question was so random to me. And also, I'm giving her a side eye because, girl, you're paying for sex at this point. So, you don't really have much bearings in this situation to be, like, acting like you better than. Nonetheless, Tiff basically suggested that they both go see a therapist. And Naomi's like, nah, I ain't going to that. Girl, you need more therapy than everybody here. For real. moving on from there, we see Rashida. She goes home. We learn that her and her husband have 2 teenage kids, right? Geneva is there, and they have this conversation where Geneva is telling her homegirl that she feels like her husband is cheating on her. Like, she feels that, like, for sure, this is what is going on. Now, when it comes to Rashida, she's telling Geneva that, Jeff, he keeps putting her on the back burner. But she's like, but that's still my man. He's still a good man. I'm just like, girl, you're going to continue to make excuses for him until all this shit blows up in your face. So then Jeff comes in and he's like, oh, I'm just here because I'm about to go out and go do like a quick workout or whatever. And Rashida is like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. So after that, he leaves. And I'm just like, okay, great, because I'm tired of seeing Jeff on my fucking screen anyways. So next thing you know, what's her name? Rashida, she ends up asking Geneva, like, so are you trying to catch William in something because you feel bad about all the things that went down with you and Javon? Oh, girl, why you bring him up? Because Geneva has to tell her that, well, guess who came to see me? Javon. He is back in town. And Rashida is like, listen, what I don't want to happen is that you let Javon come back into your life and mess up everything that you got going with your husband. Now, I will say that is pretty messed up if Javon is able to come on in and fuck shit up. But at the same time, it is very clear that William and Geneva may have some real deep issues, because if he's talking to some random lady at the schoolhouse and she still got some feelings for Javon, oh, baby, this is going to get real juicy and real messy, okay? So we jump on over to Bridget, y'all. I am so surprised. Like, Miss Girl, you ain't living right. Because we see that she gets a call from some guy. I don't even know who called her. But we learned that basically she got her man a job through this guy that she knows. And he up and quit. So basically, the guy tells her, I think his name was Calvin. I said, damn, Tyler, you really love the name Calvin. Nonetheless, he tells her, like, listen, you got to stop trying to help this man. He got to want to, do shit on his own. Baby, she gets off the phone with her man Vaughn come in. This nigga say, oh, I'm a creative. First of all, I cannot stand when anybody says I'm a creative. Because it's like, what the fuck are you creating? Because it look like your ass ain't doing shit. So he come in and said he a creative and how he just got to figure out, what he needs to do with his life. The man has no plan at all. And we learned this girl has tried to get him 4 jobs. She connected him with 4 jobs and he done quit every last one of them. Why the fuck are you with him? It don't make no fucking sense. Then, at this point, he see that she about to get dressed and he like, oh, I could go to the event with you. This man don't even have nothing to wear. He goes and gets some fucking clothes out the dirty hamper. He's a bum. He's a bum, Bridget. What are you doing with a bum like this? Like, I get it. She probably don't even make money like that because all she is an assistant to a pastor. But, like, come on, girl. You could do better than that. Moving on, we see Naomi. She's getting ready, and her team is with her. Y'all, this whole scene was extra as fuck, and I'm tired of this character. Honestly, y'all remember how on my last review I said how Portia Coleman has been trying to be an actress for years? Yeah. I can see why she's been trying for years and the shit ain't worked out. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. I don't really care for her acting. So, she's upset again because her ex is posting stuff and taunting her. Who cares? Moving on. Y'all, we get to William. He come home and it's clear he has a very close bond with his daughter, right? Now, he goes to see Geneva in the kitchen and he tells her, like, yo, is something wrong? Because, like, the vibe is off. She's like, no, we're good. She confirms that they're going to go on their trip to Italy. And, Will is like, okay, well, I get it. It may be a lot to deal with Anika, which is their daughter. And she catches the attitude. She's like, oh, so are you assuming that I'm a bad mother? And I'm like, damn, he didn't even say all that, sis. But we all know at this point, you're always busy being an attorney. So you don't really spend enough time with your daughter, girl. So he apologizes for what he said because that's not what he meant. So then he's like, okay, well, I'm about to go take a shower. You want to join me? She turns him down. So William is like, listen, the energy is off, and, you acting kind of weird. But Geneva's like, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. Okay, girl. At some point, this stuff is going to come to a head. Now, we see Rashida and Jeff. He is literally jumping off the phone when she walks into the room. And here we go again. He's talking down to her. The kids, they come in and they call them out for fighting. Like, yo, y'all are fighting yet again. This is what y'all always do. Y'all try to act like y'all so fucking perfect for the church. But really, y'all are a shit show at the house. And the thing is that the kids have already peeped that Rashida she's only caring about the optics and what all the church members think. Like, they are literally calling out their parents for the bullshit. And then here goes Jeff. Well, we really love each other. And even though sometimes we don't get along, we love each other. Nigga, save it. Now, it is very clear that their daughter despises the church and she despises them parents of hers. She don't even believe in marriage. So Rashida, she ends up asking him after the kids walk out, do you think that we're drifting apart? And like, girl, it's very clear that you are. Like, it's very clear. Now, let's get to this last scene, y'all. We go back over to Geneva's house, and to her surprise, Will has invited Javon to come over. Plot twist, Javon and Will is cool. Like, they're buddies, they're friends, they're pals. I said, oh shit, this is real messy. So she's taken aback because she did not expect to see that dude in her house. And here's the thing. Let's make it even more messy. So the nanny ends up bringing little Anika over, right? So that she can say, goodbye to her parents because they're about to leave. And the nanny, she hands the baby over to, to Will, right? And, he's like, oh, this is our daughter Anika. And you can already tell Javon done put two and two together. Baby, little Anika, I feel like you might have just met your real daddy. So when Will ends up taking Anika upstairs so he can tuck her in, Javon straight up asked her. He asked Geneva. He asked her, so is that my daughter or is that his? I said, ooh, wait. Baby, this about to get so messy, and I'm kind of feeling it. I can't lie, y'all. The first episode was rough, but it's getting better. It's definitely getting better. But y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this episode so far. Like, are we feeling this show? How do we feel? It's only episode 2. What do y'all think about the cast? Go ahead and comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.